drive of that game out there tonight. It was interesting right from the beginning. So many fouls. That became the storyline. TCU at the free throw line, almost perfect for a good stretch in that opening half. Give me your take on what we just saw out there. Well, I think you described it quite well. It was a free throw shooting contest. You know, I put JC in to make free throws. There's a 90% free throw shooter, and he goes 1 for 4. Every day is a new day. But we go 26 for 39, and hence, we only out-rebound them by 5. But that's because we miss 13 free throws, which end up as rebounds for them. They miss 5. So, that's a big rebound difference there. Biggest thing, Tony, is we turn the ball over. We turn it over 14 times the first half. We turn it over 8 times the second half. We can't do that. I mean, we're not skilled enough. We're not good enough to do that. We live on turning other people over, playing hard, rebounding the heck out of it, and trying to guard like crazy. And when, to do all those things and then turn around and give the ball right back to them is ridiculous. We've got to do a better job. Is there any reason to have that many turnovers based on what they were doing defensively? No. No, not at all. I mean, think about it. Tariq has it there. As a guy cuts wide open, he puts the ball over his head like he's doing a soccer throw-in. Guy puts his hands up, deflects it, and they steal it. Dax comes down the floor. I've never seen it happen. This has happened twice. It happened to JC the other day. They came down and go to crossover, and the ball never came back up, and they run by the ball. Now the ball's laying on the floor, and they're running down the floor, and the ball's behind them. I've never seen that ever. I told JC I've never seen it ever happen before. I just saw it again. I don't know. You get so tired of watching people turn it over, and then you look at what can I run, and it's not who can make a shot, it's who can actually pass the ball to the guy without turning it over. It's that bad, and I keep saying that, and they keep acting like, that's not true, and I think some of our people keep acting like that's not true, and it's reality, and we've got to get better at it, or, it's going to bite us here pretty soon.
Can you see, they can't see that these turnovers are mounting up every game? They don't see it's their fault. I don't understand that. Somebody's fault. You're not playing. Tony's not playing. I'm not playing.
I think the modern age deal is blaming on someone else. Well, I think that's kind of what it is. It's just all kind of things. Yesterday in practice, Jay, you were here. How many times did we say reaching in on the jump shooter? How many times did we say it? And we got, 3, 4 fouls reaching in on the jump shooter. Right? Yeah. And you were here. I know. How many times do we tell the bigs? It seems like 50 times a day. Wall up. Stop filling your arms, trying to block something you can't block. Wall up. Make them score the ball to you. We could make them in there, and then they look at me like, was that a foul? Yeah, about 6 of them. Do what you're asked to do, and until we start doing a better job of that. Now, all that being said, because everybody accuses me of being negative, I can't understand it. I'm not negative, Tony. I'm a realist. So I'm going to tell you what really happened. But if people think it's negative, it's not negative. The positive is we find ways to win somehow. And I thought Tariq Phillip wills us to win. He really does. I mean, you can talk about whoever else you want to talk about on our team. Tariq Phillip wills us to win. He makes plays at both ends of the floor. He gets rebounds. He's a guy who, he just wills us to win in games. He willed us into winning the Kansas State game, and I don't know where we'd be today without him. In this game, you said that you've seen something here twice in a matter of a couple of days that you haven't ever seen before with those crossovers that stay on the ground. How many banked and cornered threes have you seen? Well, JC hit one against North Carolina State last year. That's one a year? About one a year. That sequence was huge there on the Washburn foul. You had a potential of 7 points. You came out of that thing with 6. That ended the game. Yeah. Yeah, and it was the correct call. Oh, absolutely it was. It was the correct call. But, we shoot 58% from the field. We shoot almost better from the field than we do from the foul line. We turn it over 22 times. We only have rebounded by 5. We have 22 turnovers. They have 18. And we win. But Tariq was terrific. I mean, back to Tariq. Tariq was absolutely terrific. Jay Sean Page guy isn't too bad either. Like you said, he did 18 points in the second half. He is, but I'm gonna have to do something to get Jay Sean to stop fouling. Jay Sean gets 12 minutes, 15. 20 and 15 minutes, and he ought to be playing 28 the third. He's got to stop fouling. And they were fouls.
Well, one thing I kept reading,
except his fourth when the guy grabs him around the waist, and all he did was pull through, and the guy fell down, and they come running out there to it's a foul. But that happens a lot. You see the second one, you don't see the first one. You had 5, I believe, with 3 of them out there, though. But
you had 5 guys with 4 fouls in the second half, and you only lost 1 out of the game.
Well, I'm trying to keep putting people in there, and it's like I've said before, it's hard the way we play. That everybody's got to be on the same page. I wanted to play Issa more, but he kept being an outlet, and I can't do that when he's being an outlet, And I ran a set for him in the first half, and he was open. All he has to do is put it on the glass, and he dribbles it underneath the backboard and throws it away. And I'm trying to say, I ran it for you for a reason. Score a ball. We actually made a good pass on that one too, which is rare.
You get into your rotations and you save Page for the right time. Why do you hold him out of there?
As long as we can stay in the game, as long as we stay, in touch, so to speak. Why Driss fouled him out at that point in time?
Is that the way you played Adrian too? Until as long as you could play him, and then you knew you had guys with 4 on the bench you could substitute?
Yeah. I mean, Jay, you're looking down there, and they all got 4. What do? You get as much out of them as you possibly can. And then I wanted Devin at the end because he's all of them. He's the best free throw shooter, and he's going to be the strongest with the ball. And then as soon as he comes in, he gets a foul, which was not a foul. I mean, I'm sorry, that's not a foul. My guy catches it and jumps into you. That's not a foul.
You didn't think it was a goaltending on Tariq?
Goaltending one.
When he came down and stopped it. Not goaltending, but
no, was that technical? No, I didn't. You watch college basketball, that happens every dunk. Every dunk. And that guy's a great official. Yeah, he's a great official. He's not good, he's great.
This was a crazy game from this standpoint. In the first half, the bigs carried the load. In the second half, their guards carried the load.
The guards carried the load because I couldn't throw the ball to anybody to make a pass. So we're going to play off the bounce. So we basically ran a 3-man weave, stood Nate in the corner to make a shot, and had the other big coming ball screen and roll. So you got to do what you got to do, man. Yeah. Hugs, we congratulate you. You came out on the road 7 days, 3 games. You're 3-0 on this trip, and you're up to 13-1. And now you get a couple days here. But we appreciate having you for half the trip. I wish I could have been with you the whole way. I'm telling you, if you'd have been in Manhattan to watch that apple drop. Were you there for the apple when it came down? No, but Jenna was. Did you see I dropped it once. I know. So I've already experienced that. I'll be on your bucket list. Yeah, be there. Well, see you working out next year. I'd be more than happy to spend New Year's Eve in a little out. I just assume not. But thanks, Doug. Congratulations. All right. Thank you, guys. West Virginia wins at 95-87. Our United Bank